and I get through the hot weather no problem with all this stuff. So I highly recommend that anybody who spends any length of time on the road working in the heat outside, you get all of these things, because I use these. I don't necessarily have to use all of them every day, but when I do need them, I have them. What's up, guys? You're Night Trucker, back with another video, and it is hot outside today, extremely hot. And let me show you guys something before we get any further. Yes, you are reading that correctly, 102 degrees Fahrenheit. And to make it even worse, it rained yesterday. So that heat teamed up with the humidity of all this moisture in the air, it feels like I'm sitting in a sauna right now. And of course I can put on the AC, but that's not gonna help you very much when you have to work outside in this weather. So with that being said, I could not think of a more appropriate time to make this video. And it's a video that's gonna be about the top items that I think a trucker should have to deal with the heat and to be productive and stay safe, because heat strokes are not good for anybody. They're not cool, and there's no point in putting yourself out there to, you know, fry yourself like an egg when you're outside working. It's not necessary. So I'm going to show you guys some of the items that I use during the summer months. You know, it's the beginning of June right now, so June through, you know, maybe early September, when it's really cooking outside, so you guys can beat the heat, so to speak. So let's go ahead and get into it. It'll be my top items list. Yeah, top summer items that every trucker should have. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, like I showed you already, the temperature is way up there, you know, 3-digit temperatures. Very uncomfortable to work in, especially when you have to work outside in the heat, in the southern region, like I do a lot of the time. I'm in South Carolina right now, and it's not a fun experience if you're not properly prepared. Even if you are properly prepared, it can still be uncomfortable. So I want to show you guys some of the items that I use that help me get through it and keep me from having any medical issues or you know, dying out here in the heat. Because while I do jest about it in this video, it is a very real thing. People can have heat strokes out here, you know, because some people try to push it a little bit too hard, and it sneaks up on you. It definitely sneaks up on you if you're not careful. So the number one thing that I suggest that you guys start off with, and a lot of you may already have it in terms of a summer preparation list of items to use, and these are good for more than just summertime, but the first thing would be a proper pair of sunglasses, dark tinted shades. All right, you're gonna need those for the ample amount of sunlight, and also to reflect some of those rays if you get some polarized safety glasses, which I don't believe this particular set is. I have another set, but this one right here, these are standard safety glasses. They're tinted, and everybody already knows, you know, how useful these can be, not only for protecting your eyes from shrapnel and debris, but also from the sun rays and the glare. So that's number one. Number two, something very simple, but a lot of people don't have, you know, and that would be a hand towel. You know, it's just a regular cloth, and when it's as hot as it is outside today, you'll definitely be sweating a whole lot, and it helps to have something in your pocket that you can use to, you know, wipe the sweat away, so you don't have, you know, sweat from the top of your head just dripping down into your eyes, and the salt from your sweat burning your eyes and everything. You know, you can wipe anything. You know, you can even take this, you know, get it wet or pour it in some cold water, you know, and kind of cool yourself off a little bit, put it on the back of your neck, you know, just for a little bit of temporary relief. And actually, now that I think about it, you know, you could probably buy and I have one of these actually, but it wasn't part of my video that originally, but you can get some of the spandex rags. You know, you can use them as like neck gaiters, and you dunk them in the water, and mine's actually buried back there, I think. I'll see about digging it out for you guys. let me actually see real quick. All right, the original clip, the original number 2 item, like I said, was a rag, and you can just use this to wipe away the sweat. But a bonus item, it's gonna be an early bonus. Yeah, because I just thought about it as I was telling you guys about that first one, is a neck gaiter like this. This is made out of spandex and polyester, okay? So it's not to keep you warm in the cold. It's not made out of like wool or cotton or anything like that. It's very stretchy, but you would just take this in some cold water, dunk it, and you could put this on, and let's see if this looks silly or not, but all right, it came on easy that time. But you put it on, and when it's soaked in the cold water, you would just put it over your head like this. And you might want to get one that's a lighter color than this, you know, something that's like a, I don't know, like a gray or, you know, whatever, because darker colors attract the sun rays and the heat and everything. But you'll put this on, and you would think that it would be counterproductive to cover your head up with something when it's hot, but when this is cold and wet, it has like an evaporating effect, you know, and it will help cool you off faster since it's on your head. Trust me, I've tried it. I haven't worn this in any of my videos. I haven't been anywhere where it was hot enough for me to need that. If I were working outside, I probably would do something like that today because, like I said, 102 degrees. But we're on our 34-hour reset, so we're chilling. But all right, sorry guys, a little technical issue with the camera. But as I was saying, we're on our 34-hour reset, so we don't have to be concerned with too much strenuous labor with doing any labor today. But yeah, definitely get a neck gaiter. It's a bonus item, an early bonus. I should have saved it to the end, but that's all right. Yeah, this is great, and you don't have to wear it over top of your head. You could just use it around your neck, or you could even, you know, tie this around you like that. There's a lot of different ways that you could put it on. So that's the bonus item. Let's go back to the actual calculated items that I had. Like I said, that one just popped into my mind randomly while I was talking about the rag. But the next thing, number 3, is a portable fan. 100% you need this for more than one reason and occasion. Now this one is a standard one you could buy. It's got a cord that you would just plug into an outlet in the truck, and I use that, you know, when I'm sitting, anytime when I don't want to have the actual air conditioner running. Like, it's not blazing hot, like you need to have AC, but you just need to have some air circulating in your truck. So if I'm sitting at a shipper or a consignee waiting to get loaded or unloaded, and I don't want to have my truck running, because, you know, when you have the truck running and you're not actually driving, that degrades your fuel mileage. And with this company, and I'm sure a lot of other ones, you know, your fuel economy and how much fuel you conserve goes directly correlates to how much you can get paid, or whatever your fuel bonus is for the company that you're working with. And TMC, yes, we do get graded here with our miles per gallon. And if you have your truck just running with the AC on and you're idling, that's burning fuel. And some drivers are okay with sacrificing that. I mean, I am sometimes myself if it's hot enough, but most of the time I'll just put on this fan, you know, whether it's the daytime or at nighttime when I'm parked for my 10-hour reset and I'm going to sleep. I'll turn the fan on and I'll have it pointing at me while I'm asleep, and that'll keep me very comfortable. I won't be sweating in the bed, suffering at all. I definitely do not live like that, and I'm not going to encourage anybody to suffer while you're out on the road in order to save money. I don't support that. So get yourself something that's going to help you stay comfortable and not hate your life when you're out here dealing with the elements on the road. So get a portable fan, and these are not expensive. They'll help you save money as far as your fuel economy goes, and they'll help you stay cooler in the truck while you're sitting and waiting, keeping the air circulating without having to run the AC. Number 4, and this is also another important one, would be to have a sunshade for your car, or not your car, rather your truck. And mine is folded up inside of this baggie right now. And what a sunshade is, if you're not familiar with it, is just something that you will put in your windshield that will cover up the glass in the windshield, and even say over here, so your mirrors, or not your mirrors, your windows on the side of you, it'll cover that up to stop the greenhouse effect of the sun rays shining through the glass of your vehicle and heating up the inside of your truck, you know, just because of the glass and the greenhouse effect, if you know how that works. And I'll actually take this one out and stretch it out so you can see how it looks. And I use this not really so much during the week when I'm actively moving in and out of the truck, you know, getting loaded or unloaded. I don't really need it for that because I don't really sit down and stop for any real length of time. I use this primarily on my 34-hour resets, like if I'm on the road for multiple weeks, you know, 2-3 weeks at a time, however long it is. If I'm doing a 34-hour reset at a rest area or a truck stop and I'm gonna be in the truck without any other place to go inside to escape the sun or the heat, I'll put this up and it'll keep the inside of the truck a lot cooler, like a lot cooler. And I'll have that fan on as well. And that really keeps me from having to use the air conditioner very much. You know, as I said, I don't sit in the truck and just sweat it up and suffer just to save a couple dollars, you know. If it gets that hot, I'll definitely kick those on, but this Sunshade in combination with the fan, it helps tremendously. And let me go ahead and fold this out so you guys can see what it looks like when I'm actually using it. All right, here's what the shade looks like outside of the package. And when you stretch it out, you want to have this reflected side, this light side facing outside, and the dark shadowed side facing inside towards you to give you privacy, as well as, like I said, the light color reflects the sun rays, and that'll help keep the inside of your truck cooler. Now I'm going to try to go ahead and stretch this out for you guys in real time so you can see how long it takes, which is not very long, but it might not look super glamorous with me doing it because it's kind of big once you stretch it out. But let's go ahead and do it. So. And let's pose this camera right around here. And you can fine tune it. I just stretched it out just for the sake of time so you guys can see, but you can fine tune it to basically cover up all the light, the exposed areas where there's light coming through in the truck. Like you can pin it up like that, and like I said, it's the temperature already, I feel it like it got a lot cooler in here that fast just from me covering up the windows. And it feels pretty nice in here. It's actually, I'm actually not sweating now, strangely enough. So this product is really good. And ever since I got this thing, I use it, like I said, every single time when I'm out on the road. If it's a warm day, a hot day, I put this up and it will keep me a lot cooler. All right, item number 5 would be another fan, but this one is a mobile fan that you can take along with you when you're working outside. It's not going to be a stationary fan like the one I just showed you for number 3. It's actually a neck fan like that, and you do just what the name says. You would put it around your neck like this while you're working. And I'll show you here. This particular one has 3 settings. And as you can see here, let me turn that off so the sound of the wind isn't blown into the camera, but as you can see, these vents going all around the back and the sides will have a continuous stream of air. Like I said, 3 different settings, so it can blow, you know, fast, medium, slow, and the air will blow straight up to your head, around your neck and your ears, and it'll help cool you off quite a bit because a lot of the heat that your body generates will kind of focus around your face and your head and your chest area. And especially if you're working outside, you know, the sun's going to be beaming down on your head too, so you want to keep your head as cool and comfortable as possible. This thing works really well to help regulate your body temperature when the weather is like this. I like this a lot. This actually was a gift from a family member. This thing right here, I didn't know anything about these before I had this, but I like it a lot. And this one is it runs on a rechargeable battery, so you know, I would just charge it up as need be. You know, I usually charge this thing up every couple of days. I can't remember exactly how many continuous hours of runtime this thing has on it before you need to charge it, but when I put this on, I'm wearing it the entire time while I'm out there loading securing or unsecuring a load if it's hot outside, I will have this on the entire time, like usually on the full blast during the summertime. And I like it. It makes a difference. It helps me to be more comfortable out there. So yeah, that's pretty much all it is for this one. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's a fan around your neck, you know, keeps your head a lot cooler. So let's move on to the next item. Okay, item number 6. Part of managing your temperature well and managing the heat well on top of that is wearing the proper clothing for the environment that you're in. And I know when you're working outside, specifically for flatbedders, sometimes the clothing that you wear, you can only have specific things on. But one thing that I swear by during all 4 seasons is moisture wicking clothing. And especially in the summertime when you're sweating a lot, you know, you want to have that moisture not super saturated on your body. I know that sweat helps you as far as like the moisture on your body helps to cool you down, and it evaporates in the heat, you know, to reduce your body temperature. But you want to have some of that moisture off of you because you don't want to be soaked and have your clothes clammy on top of you. I mean, that does not feel good. So this moisture wicking shirt that I'm wearing right here, you guys probably see me wear these in my videos, like the cutoff shirts like I got on right now, or the shirts that have sleeves on them, long sleeve or short. They're always made out of moisture wicking material, which is polyester, a mixture of polyester and spandex. And I swear by this. I do not wear cotton shirts when I'm out here working because cotton retains moisture, and all the sweating that you do in those clothes will have your clothes just like welded to you and sticking to you, and the moisture just stays saturated in the shirt, and it does not feel good at all. You try to take the shirt off or the clothes, whatever it is you're wearing, it like sticks to you. You know, it's like it just does not feel good. It's like that same feeling that you get like when you're wearing your swimming trunks or a bathing suit and you get out of a pool, how your suit sticks to you a little bit. It feels like that, but just hot, sweaty, salty clothes from being out here in the elements like that in the summertime, and it's not comfortable. So definitely moisture wicking clothing, and make sure that it's made out of the proper material. Like I said, I don't wear cotton at all for work. So whether that's in the summertime, the heat, or in the wintertime, I don't really wear cotton. At least not on my skin, not my base layer. You know, I may wear like a cotton sweatshirt or something with some cotton in it and a coat, maybe. But anything that's directly touching my skin, I'm not wearing cotton. And that goes the same for my underwear as well. You know, I'm wearing moisture wicking underwear because the same principles apply. You know, if you're wearing boxers, or, you know, if you're the kind of person you like to wear tighty whities or whatever. So moisture wicking, you know, athletic clothing. So that is item number 6. Kind of in the same vein, but item number 7 will be moisture wicking socks. You know, these socks right here, as you can see, dry power. You don't want to have clammy feet either. You want to have some socks that are made out of the proper material to wick the moisture away from your feet, so you don't get that trench foot. Because I know you're usually, well, for me at home, I don't wear the same pair of shoes twice in a row if I can help it. And I don't know how many people have more than one set of work boots in their truck when they're working. Most of us, I know myself, I only have one pair of work boots that I wear day after day, so I change my socks. And you want to make sure that you're getting the right socks. And I actually am looking into wool socks as well. And I know some of you guys may think that's counterproductive. Why would you wear wool in the summertime? It would be a thin layer of wool, not the thick stuff that you would wear in the wintertime, but a thin layer of wool that's specifically made to be a base layer. These are not the wool ones that I'm talking about. These are moisture wicking socks, but not the wool ones that I'm thinking about. But wool also has the capabilities or the properties of being antimicrobial. So, you know, it'll help prevent the foot odor that you might experience, you know, getting sweaty day after day, having to wear the same boots. You're changing your socks, but, you know, that way it'll help you to be a little bit more comfortable and, you know, not have a super stinky, smelly pair of boots that you're wearing day after day. Now, I also spray my boots out after each workday with some antibacterial spray disinfectant, you know, to kill the bacteria that may try to accumulate if you don't treat your footwear. So that helps. My boots actually don't smell like you know, sweaty gym socks, thankfully, and I've had them for quite a while, probably over a year at this point. It's actually a really good pair of boots, but that's beside the point. But take care of your feet, you know, because trench foot, athlete's foot, not fun to have. You definitely do not want those problems, you know, while you're out there on the road. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. All right, item number 8. It's very important, and it has to do with hydration. And everybody knows how important it is to stay well hydrated when you are dealing with the heats. It's one of the best ways to prevent heat exhaustion is staying hydrated, outside of you know, staying out of the sun in the first place. But what I do, a lot of guys like to carry water bottles. You know, they'll get like a whole, you know, 12 pack of, you know, the little 16 ounce or whatever water bottles. For me, I don't think that's very efficient. You got to keep buying those. You know, you're spending a lot of money over time. So I like to have larger quantities of water with me. So I have a 1 gallon thermos. I actually have a couple of these in the truck. As you can see, it's got a spout on it. It's got its own carrying handle. And I'll drink this, and then anytime that I'm at a rest area, or if I stop by a grocery store, anywhere basically, you know, a consignee or a shipper that has water fountains, you know, I can refill this as needed. And like I said, I carry 2 of them, so I have 2 gallons in here of water that's always filled up, and I take the opportunity to refill these whenever I can. And so you make sure that you always have a large quantity of water with you, because you never know what might happen. You know, if you have you know, outside of regular work, you know, needing to drink when you're thirsty, you know, if your truck breaks down, you're on the side of the road and it's summertime, on a, say, worst case scenario, your AC isn't working on top of that, you know, as rare as that might be, you never know. You always want to make sure that you have more than enough to drink, because you don't know what might happen. You always want to be prepared for the worst case scenario. That's what I do. I ask myself, what's the worst thing that could possibly happen to me, and I set up a plan to attack and overcome that problem. You know, so keeping large quantities of water in this, and you can put ice in this, you know, of course. Like, you can take this whole lid off right here, and it's got a very wide open mouth, so you can see this whole black piece, it all comes off. You just screw it like any other water bottle cap, and you can put ice in there, and it'll keep this water cold for a really long time. You know, if you have this in a shady spot, like inside your truck, and you'll have cold water to drink all day long, or at least until you drink it all, you know, your whole gallons. So I highly recommend that over the water bottles if you can do it. So let's move on to the next thing, and number 9 still has to do with hydration. And like I said, you always want to have water with you 100% of the time, but you have to think about, like, if you're sweating a lot in extreme heat like this, you don't want to just drink water only, because when you sweat, your body is sweating out water, but you're also sweating out minerals. All right, guys, technical issues there with the camera again, but like I said, you want to be able to replace those minerals that you're sweating out. So you want to have more than just water. And I'll show you what I have to counteract that problem. A couple of things, actually, that I use. Now, and the first thing that I use, that I think is pretty common, that everybody should have in their truck at all times during the hot months, is sports drinks. Okay? Sports drinks. And these will replace a lot of those minerals that you guys are sweating out in this heat. And you know, there's all kinds of brands that, you know, we all know which ones they are. I'm not endorsed by any of them, so I'm not going to say their names necessarily, but you go ahead and get your sports drinks. And like I said, I always keep I always keep a pack of sports drinks in the truck with me. And you know, when I get down to like my last, you know, few, then I'll go to the store and buy a new pack, and I'll keep it in the truck. And I keep one of them at least one at all times in my cooler so that it's always cold. You know, one or two of them in the cooler with me so that it'll be cold at any time. If I feel like I'm getting too hot out there, I'll go ahead and crack one open and get myself right again. And the next thing that you can do, like I said, is still along the same path that I was just talking about, but you can go straight forward with electrolyte tablets, and I keep these as well. So you could just take one of these, say if you didn't have the sports drinks with you, and it'll have the same effect. You're just taking it in pill form versus a sports drink. So 100% say you need to have this, the sports drinks or electrolytes tablets. To me, that's just as important as having the water in your truck, because that's gonna keep you from having that mineral deficiency or, you know, super hydration, which you can die from if you drink too much water without replenishing the minerals that you're also sweating out. I guess it's basically like, you know, you diluted your blood too much from just drinking water and not putting the other things back into yourself as well. So definitely have those. Neither one of them are expensive, so 100% recommend you have those in your truck. Let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, we just took care of item number 9 with the sports drinks and electrolytes tablets. Number 10 is also important, and I think it's something that a lot of people will skip over, but I actually do not have this item in the truck with me. But that last item would be sunscreen, okay? And when you're out here in the sun, you know, whether you are a darker skinned individual or you are a fair skinned individual where the sun will, you know, burn you without you being out there for very long, sunscreen is only going to help you either way. You know, it'll give you a layer of protection against the harmful UV rays, especially if you're out, you know, somewhere in the south where, you know, the sun is a little bit more intense. You know, you'll protect yourself and you'll keep yourself from burning and, you know, possibly, you know, getting melanoma, you know, in the future if you're out there in the sun a lot. You know, regardless of the level of melanin in your skin, I don't think any of us are 100% immune from, you know, damaging UV rays. So definitely get sunscreen, keep that in your truck, use it, you know, for any exposed skin that you may have when you're out there, and take care of yourself. So that's item number 10. I also have one more bonus item, and I think you guys are gonna really like this one. It's similar to one of the other items that I showed to you a little bit earlier, but I'll give you a look because I think I have a pretty nice setup with it here. All right, the final bonus item that I keep in here to help me beat the heat is a 5-gallon jug of water here, okay? And this thing is great, not just the jug by itself, but the reason why I like this is because, you know, it gives me a surplus of water. Say I'm out and I haven't come across a water fountain or a rest area that has a water fountain or anywhere to replenish any of the gallon jugs or the gallon thermoses that I showed you guys earlier. I have this water on deck in an emergency if I need that. That way I'm not gonna have to do without, you know, I'm not gonna struggle or anything. Or no matter how hot or thirsty I get, I'll always have this. And this thing, this 5-gallon jug, fits perfectly into this little cabinet that's underneath the desk here, and I'll show you how I fit that. But it's not just the jug itself. You might be wondering, like, do you have like a water cooler in here as well for that jug? I do not, but I do have a pump in here so I can siphon water from this jug, and I'll show you guys that. Let me go ahead and put it together for you. All right, and here is the water pump that I was telling you guys about. Now this one is a manual pump, and I chose a manual one for a reason. They have electronic pumps that you can use, but those need to be recharged after a while, and to recharge anything you need to have electricity, and if it needs to be recharged, that means it can run out of power on you when you need to use it the most. I don't like that, so I got this manual pump that all I need to operate this one is muscle power and you know, my own motor skills. So I prefer this one very much so for that purpose, especially when it comes to something as critical as, you know, needing to drink something. So I have a rubber cap on this 5-gallon jug. I'll take that off and I'll put the tubes into this pump, and then I'll show you guys how it works. This pump comes with a couple of really thick plastic tubes that you connect to each other, and then you'll connect them to the water pump here. So 2 tubes together, pump, we'll go ahead and put it into that hole right there. And you'll screw this on. You see it's got this right there. You'll screw that on to the rim of the 5-gallon jug. It'll make a airtight seal, and you'll be able to easily pump your water. So we'll go ahead and insert this here, push it down just a little bit, and then go ahead and screw it down. And it takes really next to no effort to get any water out of there. So we'll just take just a regular cup, of course, and simple as that. So works perfectly. And like I said, you have a large supply of water here, in addition to the other drinks that I keep in the truck. And like I said, with this, you'll always have something to drink. You can take this back to any, whatever grocery store has the water dispensers in them, and you can refill this, for, like a couple of dollars. It's a lot more cost efficient to buy one of these and refill it when you go home if you need to, than to keep on buying gallons of water all the time. As far as dollar for dollar, this is a lot more cost efficient. So I keep this in the truck, and let me show you guys how I store it. We'll close this up, and like I said, that goes into the reason why I love it so much. Let that siphon itself out. This thing stores right underneath this rack right here, no problem. So I take it out when I need it, and let's show you guys that. Not a whole lot of lights, but yeah, right under here, fits perfectly right there. And I'll keep my sports drinks down here with it as well, and it comes out when I need it to. But other than that, it's perfect. And really, I think it's the perfect setup. All of the items that I showed you, I think in total it's 12, the 10 core items plus the 2 bonuses that I showed you guys. And I get through the hot weather no problem with all this stuff. So I highly recommend that anybody who spends any length of time on the road working in the heat outside, you get all of these things, because I use these. I don't necessarily have to use all of them every day, but when I do need them, I have them, and I've used all of them at some point in time. So you guys let me know in the comments if there's any items that you guys use during the hot season that helps you guys get through it. Anything that I didn't list in this video, because I would be interested to know. I'm always interested in adding new tools to my tool belt, so to speak. I'm gonna make another video with top items. I'll try to make one for the winter time as well when that comes around, because I definitely have my own setup for that. And winter is a whole nother animal of its own. So be on the lookout for that in a few months when the seasons change and I actually put some of this stuff into action. But other than that, guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and cut this top 10 video down. Make sure you guys are hitting the bell icon so you will be notified when I drop new videos. I appreciate all of you guys that have subscribed, all of you that leave comments. I try to respond to all of you as promptly as I can, and I try to give you all the most informed answers that I know based off of my experience. And if it's something that I don't know or haven't experienced, I definitely have no problem looking it up, to give you guys the information that you are seeking, because I know I was definitely hungry for stuff, you know, when I first started, and I still have questions, you know, now. You know, I'm always learning. I don't think that you'll ever be so much of a master at anything that you get to a point where no one can tell you anything. You know, I don't believe in that. You know, I think you should definitely be a lifelong learner of anything that you're doing, so you can only get better. But I appreciate all you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the videos so that we can get pumped up in the YouTube algorithm, so that more people that are interested in the trucking industry or are already a part of it can see this information and add to the community and make things better and easier for anybody else that's out there that has an interest in this. That's the reason why I started my channel in the first place, because I wanted to help people and put out information that wasn't readily available for me when I got into this. And you guys let me know in the comments if I've done that for you, you know, because I really appreciate it. Anybody who is actually learning and becoming a better trucker, or, you know, finding their interest, or, you know, coming to TMC or any other trucking company because of anything they've seen or heard me do. That was my goal, you know, to help people and help people progress. So I appreciate all you guys, and I will catch you all in my next video. Thanks for following along. I'll see you guys farther down the road. Here at iTrucker out. If you guys are interested in getting your hands on any of the items that I've shown you in this video, just check the link that I've left in the description below. It'll take you to my Amazon store. You'll be able to see those items, plus a lot of the other tools that I use while I'm out here on the road. So I highly suggest you check it out.